Yeah, let's do this. Starting in 3, 2, 1, go. Hi there, I'm Chronumcore, and this is my GDQ submission video for Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Donkey Kong Adventure, NE%, or MRKB DKA NE% for short. So, what is Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle? First, Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle is a tactical shooter in the same vein as XCOM, games like that, except it's got a lot more movement options and more varied forms of damage. This is the DLC, the Donkey Kong Adventure DLC. It is about 30% the length of the main game. The main game speedrun is about 5.5 hours. Speedrun for this is about 1.5 hours. It's a more streamlined speedrun, so rather than having 3 character slots and 8 characters to choose from, there's just 3 characters and 3 character slots, so you're always using the same 3 characters. There's less stages, only 19 as opposed to the 36 in the main game, and there's more damage and movement options in the DLC than the main game. So it's a pretty interesting speedrun. Tactical shooters aren't necessarily something you think of as a heavy speedrunning game, but we've got a couple tricks up our sleeve to make the game pretty consistent and also a pretty interesting speedrun, so I hope you enjoy. As soon as we exit this loading screen, we're going to quit to the main menu and reload the file to skip a cutscene. Unfortunately, we can't skip that first cutscene that we just saw. It's a nice little 2-minute break. Gives me a chance to talk, and I love talking. So this is going to put us right in the opening fight. It's a standard defeat all battle. So we're going to be using only Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky, which are the 2 new characters introduced in the DLC. Rabbid Peach returning from the main game. And we're going to see what's called the Grump Jump combo. So basically, Donkey Kong can pick up teammates and throw them, and Rabbid Cranky has an ability where, after being thrown or after doing a team jump off of a teammate, he does some area of effect damage called a Grump Jump. So doing Grump Jumps, doing 2 Grump Jumps in a turn is almost always the right decision. Hi, Zeroin. Sorry I don't have chat on the video right now, but I see your chat, or I see your comment in my little chat client, which I just have on my phone. How are you doing today, Zeroin? So we just quit to the main menu to skip another cutscene. We're also going to have the ability, after another short cutscene after this loading screen, to purchase weapons and allocate our skill points. Weapons are unlocked at the beginning of each world, and skill points are awarded at the end of each battle. We're just going to worry about weapons right now. We're also going into the first collector battle. Collector battles are new to the Donkey Kong DLC. Basically, the plot of the DLC is that the washing machine / time machine that the Rabbids use has broken apart on this island, and so the collectors have those washing machine parts and are trying to use them to power various nefarious things that they have. Various nefarious. That's a fun string of words. Anyways, sorry. We are trying to collect those washing machine parts back so we can get back to the main Mushroom Kingdom of the main game. So, as soon as we drop a collector's health to 0, they drop their part, we get to pick it up. It's not that simple though, because whenever collectors take damage from a weapon, they have full movement range across the entire field. So that blue outline is how far we can move. These blue and yellow outlines that you see are how far we can move during a turn. Collectors have the entire battlefield. And they can move during the enemy turn, and they can also move whenever they're hit with weapon damage. So the entire way that we route out this fight is dealing as much damage to them that's not weapon damage so they can't move. And then also, Rabbid Cranky has an ability that puts enemies to sleep so they can't move or attack for a turn. So we just did that right there to also keep the collectors from moving. Alright, now we're going to dash this enemy. Team jump off of Rabid Peach, land back where we were. Now, Donkey Kong can also pick up cover blocks. Some cover blocks have special abilities or special effects attached to them. For example, this honey block will keep that enemy stuck in place. We're going to use Hairy Eye, which is like an Overwatch ability from XCOM. We're actually hoping to not get the crit there, so that's a little unfortunate that we did. Getting the crit means that we won't be able to get both items first turn. Or both parts within the same turn. So we're actually going to lose a little bit of time here, unfortunately. Nothing we could have done, just RNG. So the secret to getting a perfect run in this game is good execution and good RNG. Going into World 1-3, we're going to buy a weapon and also do some skill respeccing. That's not good, but okay. Accidentally grabbed the wrong weapon there. Shouldn't matter too much. That's a little unfortunate. So like I said, good execution is key to having a good run in this game. Misclicks. Very, very easy to do. Reducing misclicks, quite obviously, makes your run better. So this fight can change a lot with RNG. Grabbing extra health like we did doesn't change the route, it's just easier to grab when you're button mashing through cutscene skips. So we're going to go over here. We got a trip with Rabid Peach. That's a little unfortunate. So Rabid Peach has the ability to, or has a chance to trip every single time she moves. Wastes about a second. There's no way to manipulate it at all. It just kind of happens. And it's really frustrating when it does. Speaking of manipulation, the thing that makes this run so consistent is that enemy movement is based off of the position of playable characters on the field. So as long as we go to the same spot every turn, the enemies will move the same way. Which makes these fights actually pretty consistent. We don't, however, have a way to manipulate damage, rolls, or crit chances. However, not getting a crit there is actually what we wanted. because these enemies will end up killing each other now. That's pretty good RNG. I don't think this is going to be a gold, but it might be. Yep, not quite. Oh, well, maybe. If we had gotten a crit there, that would have been gold. By actually a few seconds. Okay, so now we've got Bananas Gone Bad. We're gonna quit to the atoll to skip a cutscene after this. Like I said, first bad banana battle. Basically, rather than attacking enemies, we're attacking points on the battlefield until the health of those points is reduced to 0. So we get to completely ignore the enemies in this next fight. And we're only going to use Rabbid Kong, or Rabbid Cranky and Donkey Kong. Let's see. Had a little bit of bad menuing there, but that's okay. Give me a second to read your comment in just a second, Zerwin. Thought the original game had a bug where two smashers countering with a smash at the same time, smashing each other with soft lock. Did that get fixed? I never encountered that soft lock, so I don't know. I think it got fixed, because like I said, I've never encountered it, and I've been playing the game since it came out. So the pattern of this fight is pretty cool. Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky. We get a grump jump here. Throw a banana at the pile here. Rabbid Cranky shotguns the pile. If it deals enough damage, we can end the turn there, but we did not deal enough damage, so we have to do a grump jump here. This fight basically, like, it comes down to whether or not you get that damage roll for whether or not you save time. My last split was a gold because I got the early destruction of the banana piles all 3 times. So I know we're not going to get a gold here. But that's okay. It'll still be a decent time. Ooh, maybe not. Oof. Okay, 0 for 2. Can we at least get 1? Don't want to waste too much time. Oh, almost misclicked there, and that would have been really unfortunate. If we get a crit, this went early. We did not. Man, we got the worst possible RNG. Nothing we could have done there, that was all RNG. I suppose we had a bit of bad menuing at the beginning. So, 1-5, this is the only reach area battle in the entire run. There's plenty of them in the main story, but it's the only one that happens in the DLC, which is a little bit unfortunate because they're really, really fun. We want 1 throw range, and then 2 dandelion range, and then you want 1 move range, and 2 type range. So we're only going to use Donkey Kong and Rabbid Peach. You may have noticed that battles have a par, basically an amount of turns that the developers thought you should be able to defeat a level in. This battle has a par of 7. We're going to do it in 1 turn. The reason we can do this is because most players under-prioritize movement abilities, but movement is so important in this game. So if we only focus on movement, we end up doing pretty well here. Oof. Man, we are right on pace. Alright, coming into the first boss battle. First, we have a quick puzzle. Basically some spinning totem poles. Pretty easy to memorize. So this first boss battle, again, we're only going to use Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky. Well, we'll only use Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky if we get good RNG. If we get bad RNG, we may need to finish off the boss with Rabbid Peach. But we're hoping that won't happen. Love the music in this game. The music in this game was composed by Grant Kirkhope, the legendary video game music composer. And it honestly really shows. The music in this game is so good. So this is Side-Eye. Side-Eye is a little bit annoying, because anytime he takes damage from a weapon, like a collector, he can move wherever he wants. I don't think he has full range of movement on the battlefield like the collectors do, so he's a little bit better. But it's still frustrating. Okay, we got the crit, so now we don't need to worry about RNG at all. The minimum amount of damage that we could possibly deal next turn, as long as we do everything correctly, is enough to kill with just DK and Rabbid Cranky. Excuse me. think that's the first time in a while I've actually gotten that crit. And not had to rely on RNG, so that's pretty good. As we get further into the run, crit chances on weapons will increase, but for right now, getting a crit is really, really nice, because it doesn't happen often. That being said, there are some crits that it seems like we get them every time. Oh, we lost some time there? That's a little bit surprising, honestly, because it just has some bad menuing. Alright, we've got some weapons to buy and some skills to respec. If I can actually grab the things that I'm trying to grab. There we go. So this is going to be coming up our first defeat a number battle. This is different from defeat all because not all of the enemies will have spawned in on the first turn. Normally when an enemy spawns in, they spend one turn in the ground as a pair of ears so you can get an idea of where they're going to spawn from. But DK has an ability called Ear Uprooter that allows him to pull enemies out of the ground to deal damage to them, or to make them spawn a turn early, which we're going to use to complete the fight turn 2 rather than turn 3. This fight is another one that RNG can make things weird, so hopefully we get good RNG. Having a little bit of trouble with the snap to function. So basically, obviously all of the movement in this game is done on a grid. If you're not perfectly lined up with a square, the game will try and guess where you're trying to move, and sometimes it's a little bit off. And so that snap to can mess you up and cause you to misclick. Oh, I have a meowing cat. Oh, if we get another crit here, that's really good. We do. That's fantastic. So now we use Ear Uprooter, toss this guy. Now Rabbit Cranky is going to do a dash here. Sorry, I wasn't able to see because I had a cat in front of me. You're really not helping me out right now, though. And this should do it. Ooh, that was a gold. That's nice. I think the cat is upset because she's not getting fed right now. Yeah, you want some food, don't you, girl? Yeah, I see you tapping me. So coming up is the first smuggler stage. We'll talk about those in just a second. So smugglers are kind of a like reverse reach area. Reach area, we're trying to reach a certain point on the map. Smugglers were trying to keep a type of enemy from reaching their own reach area point on the map. So we need to kill them before they get there. This fight is pretty notorious for being like easy to misclick on, so I'm going to try and talk a little bit, but I'm going to really try and focus and make sure that I don't misclick. No crit there, unfortunate. Can we get a crit here? No. Okay. Those are both pretty low damage rolls. That's a little unfortunate. And we really want to get a crit here with Rabbid Peach. What am I doing? There we go. Really hoping for this crit. Did not get it. And I've got a cat in front of me, causing me to not be able to see. Charlie, you're really in the worst place for you to be right now. I'm talking about you. Alright, so this fight is slow purely because RNG. Well, not purely because RNG, partially because cat. So now we're just going to do a Grump Jump combo on this far smuggler. Dash this guy first, though. So smugglers and smashers have 180 health. So it's a guaranteed kill with 2 Grump Jumps and a basic attack. And we've had just really poor RNG this fight. Nothing we can do. Please don't crit. Damn. Alright, Filch Fragments. This is the second collector battle, and this can go really crazy with bad RNG, so I'm going to focus a lot here. So a possible incentive for this game is what we call autofill percent, where basically we do autofilled skills. So instead of allocating our own skill points, the game decides what skill points it's going to allocate for us. It's about a 2-hour run rather than the hour and a half that this is. When we did this before, let's just say it didn't go well when we did autofill percent before. I did this slightly out of order. I don't think it will affect anything. I hope it doesn't affect anything. I'm supposed to do Rabbid Peach before moving Rabbid Cranky. Doesn't look like it will affect anything though. We're good. Alright, now DK is going to... Oh no. Oh, is there anything that we need to do? No, we're good. We were hoping for a crit there, didn't get it unfortunately. That's okay though, we can make it work. Alright. Hoping for 2 crits. Missed the first one. Can we at least get the second one? Didn't get the crits, but we still got the kill, so that's good. Now DK is going to go over here, grab this, toss it at this dude. Okay. Where are you? You can reach this one. You can reach this one. Go through here. Oh, DK is going to need the magnet dance anyways. Because we have to make sure this guy is dead. I always play this fight a little bit wrong. Every time, it seems. So we're going to be losing a huge amount of time here. Oh, I choked on some water there. Excuse me. Excuse me. Wow. I apologize. Okay, we made up a little bit of time, actually. That wasn't terrible. Alright, now we're on the second boss fight. But first, another puzzle. I hear you, cat. I hear ya. So this next puzzle is supposed to be kind of like a Simon Says, except we don't need to actually press the button that starts the Simon Says. We can just kind of do the pattern if we have it memorized. Hey, kitty. Charlie, you better stop. Here we go. And again, cat sitting right in my way. Charlie, can you go, please? I love you, but I need you to hop down. Down, down, down. Okay. So, hoping for a crit here. If we don't get it, that's okay. The route's pretty much the same whether or not you get the crit. The crit's just nice to have. Didn't get it? Like I said, perfectly okay. DK is going to pick up Rabbid Cranky, go across here, land right here, toss Rabbid Cranky up to here. Rabbid Cranky. Gonna use the Bomb and Ramen. Oh, we got a crit there. That's fantastic. Now we're gonna dash him. Team jump off of DK. See that snap tube? He's trying to mess with me. Run over here. Then long story. Oh, that's a little unfortunate. Okay, dash here, go back to where we were. Now we need Rabbid Cranky to team jump here. And back where he was. Now DK is going to pick up Rabbid Cranky, toss him to over there. Now, unfortunately, that buckler protected. So we're really hoping for a crit on this next attack. We really need a crit here. Didn't get it. Unfortunate. That's okay. If we get a crit here, we're good. Ooh, just lost a little bit of time. That was still a pretty good fight. Pretty consistent fight. That fight can go wrong in a lot of ways, so I'm glad that it went well. Alright. Got some weapons to buy. Alright, let's see. There we go. Again, bit of bad menuing, but we'll be alright. It's still a good run. So going into this next world, it is the jungle world. Coming up on the only defeat summoners battle in the run. Just need to defeat 4 summoners. We can ignore the other enemies that will spawn on the field. This fight, the routing for it is 100% consistent. It quite literally never goes wrong if you do it right. You will always finish in the same amount of time on turn 3. And again, we're only using Donkey Kong and Rabbid Cranky. So I'm probably going to lose some time due to bad menuing. But like I said, this fight, 100% consistent. Oh. Spooky ghosts. Oh, it snaps the blood. Snaps the blood is very correct on this. The music is fantastic. Best music in the game right here. Okay. Got a cat that keeps on walking over here. Charlie, I love you, but you gotta move. I'm sorry, this is not a very professional submission video because I got this cat that keeps on jumping in front of me. Yeah, here you go. Oh wow, everyone, we're actually really close to 1,000 channel views. Like, close enough that we might hit it this stream. Which is a pretty big deal for me. That's pretty exciting. Apparently I had bad menuing last run too. Just hang on for another 45 minutes, kitty, or less. Yeah. Charlie, I love you very much. But you can also be very annoying when I'm trying to do things. Alright, here is the third collector battle. Let's see. Hello? I can't see. Oh wow. Chalk the bad menuing up there to the kitty because I couldn't see what I was doing. How's Mario Rabbids really thinking of getting it on the Nintendo eStore for $39.99 for the Gold Edition? Yes, you should absolutely do it. So, I have probably, myself and another speedrunner for this game, Saint Kilda, have probably put more hours into this game than any other, like, person alive except maybe the devs. We've spent a lot of time on this game. I thoroughly enjoy it. I keep coming back for more just because it's so good. It's so wonderful. Oh yeah, it's a fantastic casual game. It's also a fantastic speedrun. Oh, that's bad placement, unfortunately. Oh, wait. Let's go on the old route on accident. One, two, three. If you haven't bought the game yet, though, I highly recommend, as bad as it is for a streamer to do this, I recommend leaving my stream, because this game is so much more fun if you don't know how to do the fights and you have to figure it out on your own. So, yeah, I would actually recommend heading out. Thank you for stopping by, though. But you should definitely, like, play the game yourself and learn it on your own. And then, once you have, consider coming back and watching speedruns of this game. No problem. Again, thanks for stopping by. Another movement. Such good music. Oh no. Charlie, see what happens when you walk in front of my screen? I mess up. I can't see where I'm going. I know what she wants. She wants food. Because it's about time for her to be fed in about 20 minutes, and she always wants food early. That's why she's giving me so much attention. It's not because she loves me, it's because she's hungry. Well, maybe also because she loves me, but who knows? This song is also amazing. Hoping for a crit here on this fight. Didn't get it, that's really unfortunate. Alright, DK. I say really unfortunate, it's not super unfortunate, just a little unfortunate. It's just more animations to watch, really. Ooh, that was almost a misclick. Again, almost a misclick. Hoping for not a crit here. Yeah, that's a crit. Alright, now we actually want DK to do that. Then Rabbid Peach will go through here, dash attack this person, and then shoot him. Oh wow, this is... what? This is a fantastic split. Hello? Oh, not so fantastic anymore after that. We still saved a little bit of time, though. I'll take it. Bad Banana Bonanza coming up. This is another Bad Banana fight. Oh, it's one of my favorite fights in the game. It's just so cleanly routed. Props to St. Kilda fan for this one. Like a lot of other routes, I haven't really been giving that many props this run on who routed what. But, man, this one is really special. Alright, so yes, this is a somewhat consistent fight. It'll always finish turn 3, but how quickly it finishes turn 3 and how many animations we have to watch is based on damage rolls and crit chances, things like that. Like I said, this is one of my favorite looking fights in the game. It's so clean. The reason it's so clean is because we have the enemies dealing so much of the damage for us. You'll see what I mean by that. Hoping for a crit. We got it. So, that one's taken down by the enemy. Hoping for a crit. Don't get it, that's okay. Enemy will finish off this pile of bad bananas for us. Pick up this enemy, go across here, go through this pipe, land here. Toss the enemy onto the bad banana pile. Not quite dead, so we'll use Hairy Eye. Oh, that's a little wrong. Whew. There we go. Hoping for a crit here. Don't get it, but that's okay. We're still doing a bunch of damage. Finish it off with that bounce right there. And now we just have to sit through a bunch of animations. Not guaranteed, so we won't risk it. Pick this dude up, toss him on there, and that'll be the end of the turn. So, bad RNG meant that this took a little bit longer than it needed to. But that's okay. So this boss fight coming up is really, really cool. The routing for it was definitely a team effort, but first, we've got a puzzle. Now the thing about this puzzle is that it has a history of being softlock prone. We think that the softlock has been patched out, because nobody has gotten the softlock since the most recent patch of the game, but I'm a person who likes to say never say never. So I always kind of do a little bless RNG in my heart. And hope for no softlock. And we good. So, while it looks like we're fighting Mega Rabbid Kong right now, we're actually fighting the pool of water behind him. Once we reduce the pool of water, the pool of water's health to 0, the battle is over. However, dealing damage to Rabbid Kong depletes health from the pool as it heals Mega Rabbid Kong, like you just saw. So if we can hit both the pool and Mega Rabbid Kong at the same time, we're dealing double damage, essentially. So any opportunity we have to hit both, we want to. Hoping for a crit here. Don't get it. That's unfortunate. Okay, DK, go through here, grab this, stand over here, toss to right here. Now these TNT barrels are designed to deal 500 damage, but since we're hitting the pool and Mega Rabbid Kong with it, we're dealing 1000 damage. Could only deal 500 damage there, but we'll be able to deal 1000 damage this next turn, so we don't even have to worry. Rabbid Cranky is going to die here. That's perfectly fine. We expect him to die. Losing a little bit of time here, but that's okay. That is the slightly slower of two possible routes. If we get the crit with Rabbid Peach's Sentry, that goes a little bit faster, as you saw. About 4 seconds faster to be exact. This next fight, House of Bounce, is pretty cool. I like it. Gonna have to quit to the atoll here. Ugh. Neck needs to pop. Alright. Sorry I haven't been talking that much, I'm just focusing. So, this is House of Bounce coming up. We are in the home stretch. We've only got 4 more battles to go. I just want to say, even though we are about 40 seconds ahead of PB right now, we can easily lose a minute to RNG. So all 3 of the main fights, like non-boss fights in this world, are going to heavily feature the groove ground pound combo. With Donkey Kong. Now DK is going to groove. Cranky's gonna stink eye. We got the crit, that's awesome. Man, all the crits, that's what we wanted. Alright. Now, Rabbid Peach is gonna dash this enemy. Dash this enemy, and then do a kamikaze strat. Hoping for no crit, but not a minimum damage roll. We got the crit, that's fine. Means we lose like second and a half. Alright, Charlie, I definitely need you to be not where you are right now. Like, I love you, Cat, but you were in the worst possible spot for me. Because I need to look at my notes. Okay. Alright, so this next one, Combustibles. It's another defeated number battle. Turns 1 and 2, super consistent. Turns 3 and 4, not super consistent. So we'll see how this goes. That was me just having a blackout moment of what I was supposed to do. I knew I was supposed to shoot, or I should have known that I was supposed to shoot him. That's not like a weird thing to do. I just couldn't remember that. So unfortunately that's a little slow. Again, Magnet Groove Ground Pound combo is a fantastic way to finish off enemies. Using the Ear Uprooter. Rabbid Cranky's just going to do a Grump Jump. That'll leave one of the enemies with 50 health left. We'll shoot him. Then we'll do a Stink Eye. Then Rabbid Peach will do a dash and come back to where she was. Rabbid Peach is tripping a lot this run, which is a little unfortunate. Just 1 second time losses every time. And now Rabbid Peach just needs to dash this enemy. Actually, we're doing really good on time here. Oh, that crit's unfortunate. Oh. She can't dash this enemy, can she? Okay, so DK needs to toss Rabbid Cranky over there. So we're losing some time here. Those 2 crits on the Rabbid Peach were unfortunate. Really hoping to make up some time here. We just had little bits of bad RNG each time. Alright, Deity Hostility. This fight, there's a 70% chance to get a necessary crit in order to save a minute's worth of time. I usually get it. The other top runner for this game, St. Kildafan, usually does not, and it is a running joke that he just cannot get it, ever. Because even though it's a 70% crit chance, I think he's gotten it maybe once in his past 7 runs. He's had some real bad luck with it. And I think I've only missed it like once or twice in my past 10 runs. So, knock on wood right now, because we're hoping that we do actually end up getting it. Or else we'll lose some time and this probably won't be a PB. Again, Magnet Groove Ground Pound combo is super effective, that's why we use it all the time. Just have to wait for these enemies to move on in. Alright. Ground Pound crit, please. We get it! I'm so sorry, Kilda. I don't know why you just have bad luck. Snap key function is not being my friend right now. Alright, so yeah, as long as everything goes well in this next fight, this is a PB. As long as we get good damage rolls. Go. So I should mention that my 121.35 is world record, which I got during my last attempt to record a submission video for this, but I kind of stopped doing any like general commentary on what I was doing because I was focusing hard on getting world record, which is why I redid this, because I wanted to actually have some decent commentary. I know I haven't been talking that much. Apologize for that. Alright, we needed that ink crit, so now we are fine. First time I've gotten that bounce crit in a while. Ooh, surprisingly we didn't get that push crit. Shouldn't be a problem. If we get three crits right here, we'll be good. Oh yeah, we'll be fine. Peach is going to dash this guy just to be safe. Move over to here. Wait, she's going to shoot first. Ask questions later. Beautiful. Team jump off of here. Land here. We'll have DK move right here. Throw a banana. So phase 1 is complete. Phase 2 is kind of like a mini reach area. We've got to reach these 3 pressure plates. The order we're going to reach them in is the one on the left, or sorry, one on the top with Rabbid Frankie, one on the left with Rabbid Peach, and the one on the right with DK. The audio sounds a little bit messed up in this fight. That's because it just is weird. We don't know why the audio or the music seems to cut out randomly in this fight, but it does. Oh, hello, thank you. Now Frankie moves up to here. You are here, just in time? Yeah, just in time. Looks like we're probably getting another world record. It's not quite gonna be a 120, but it's gonna be decent. Didn't really have that many mistakes in the run, it was mainly just RNG. My 2-3 could have been cleaner, but for the most part, it was a good run. Just gotta sit through this. Thankfully no crits, because those just waste time. Oh, maybe? 1:20:50. Why is it showing red? That's world record. What do you mean a red time? 1:20:57. That's world record, baby. Alright, so, yeah. This has been, my GDQ submission video for Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle, Donkey Kong Adventure, any percent. Yeah. I don't really have that much else to say. I think it's a pretty interesting speed game. It's remarkably consistent. The 1 hour, 30-minute estimate that I'm going to submit this with should not be a problem to make at all. And yeah, there's an easy possibility for world record if we get perfect RNG. Again, thank you for watching this video and considering Mario Rabbids Kingdom Battle as a possible game to be run at Games Done Quick. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. I've been Core. See ya.